how to navigate multiple offers in Richmond and pick the best one for you. Stop picking the wrong offer. Richmond sellers, you need this. Getting multiple offers sounds exciting until you realize picking the wrong one can cost you thousands. And in this video, we'll break down how to compare offers like a pro and avoid costly mistakes. Here's the reality. In Richmond's market, multiple offers aren't just possible, they're common. But when you're the seller, they can feel overwhelming. Do you go with the highest price? The fastest closing? The one with the biggest down payment? Choosing wrong can cost you money, time, or even blow up the deal completely. Today, I'll walk you through how multiple offers really work in Richmond, what to look for beyond just the number, and how to pick the offer that nets you the best results with the least stress. And stick around because I'll also share the sneaky things buyers sometimes hide in their contracts that can come back to bite you. Let's start with the most common mistake sellers make. They see a high number on the paper and immediately think it's the best deal. But here's the thing, an offer isn't just about price. It's a package of terms, and some of those terms can be worth more than thousands of dollars. For example, a buyer who offers $10,000 over asking, but asks for you to cover closing costs, pay for repairs, and wait 60 days might actually net you less than a buyer who comes in at list price, pays their own closing costs, and closes in 3 weeks. Think of it like buying a car. The sticker price doesn't matter if the financing terms are bad. Same thing in real estate. So what should you really look at? Well, let's break it down into the key areas. First, contingencies. These are the escape hatches buyers build into their offers. Now, the big three are home inspection, appraisal, and financing. The fewer escape hatches a buyer has, the more solid their offer is. For example, if someone is waiving inspection and they've already done a pre-approval with a local Richmond lender, that offer is much less likely to fall apart than one that's loaded with conditions. The second would be financing strength. Cash is king, but not all cash offers are equal. You want proof of funds, not just a letter saying they intend to pay cash. For financed offers, look closely at down payment. A buyer putting 20% down with a local lender is stronger than one scraping together 3% through an online bank. Local lenders know Richmond's appraisers, and that makes a smoother path to closing. Third, timeline. Does the buyer's timeline match yours? If you're building a new home in Chesterfield and need to rent back for a month, a buyer flexible enough to let you stay after closing might actually be the best deal for you, even if their offer is a little lower on paper. The fourth, extras. Some buyers will add in personal property requests or repair demands up front. I've seen buyers in the fan ask for antique light fixtures, or someone in the West End request the seller to leave their bedroom furniture as part of the deal. These little asks can nickel dime your net proceeds, and sometimes they become deal breakers. If this is helpful so far and you want more no fluff tips on selling smarter in Richmond, hit subscribe right now. I post new videos every week designed to save sellers time, money, and stress. One time I had a buyer request the seller's riding lawnmower in Glen Allen. The seller's response, sure, but only if they throw in a year of mowing service. Needless to say, that mower did not change hands. Now here's what most sellers don't realize. There's an actual strategy to working with multiple offers. It's not just pick one and call it a day. You can counter one, counter a few, or even ask for the highest and best from everyone. But each path has pros and cons. Ask for the highest and best can drive up the price, but it can also scare off buyers who feel like they're in an auction. Countering one strong offer can lock it down, but you might leave money on the table if another buyer was willing to go higher. That's why having someone on your side who knows the Richmond market is critical. Different neighborhoods move differently. In Midlothian, buyers are often willing to pay for more quick closings. In Churchill, unique historic homes attract passionate buyers who may be more flexible on terms. All right, well, let's talk about red flags. Things that look good on paper, but can wreck your deal later. A big one is escalation clauses. That's when a buyer says, I'll pay $1,000 over the highest offer up to a certain number. Sounds great, right? Well, except that sometimes those clauses are vague and poorly written or dependent on seeing other people's offers, which creates legal headaches. Another red flag is an appraisal gap that isn't backed by proof of funds. If someone says they'll cover the gap but doesn't have the cash, that's not worth much. So how do you actually decide? Here's a simple framework I use with sellers. Ask yourself 3 questions. 1, which offer is likely to fall apart? 2, which offer aligns best with my timeline and stress level? And 3, which offer nets me the most at closing after factoring in repairs, cost, and concessions? Answer those 3, and the right choice usually becomes pretty clear. And here's a quick example. A seller in Mechanicsville received 3 offers. One was $10,000 over asking, but had a long list of repair requests already written in. Another was at list price with cash, proof of funds, and a 2-week close. The third was a few thousand over asking with conventional financing and a flexible rent back option. Now, which did they take? They took the third one. It gave them time to move into their next place, minimize stress, and still netted them more than the cash offer once everything was factored in. That's the kind of decision making that protects your bottom line and your sanity. So let's recap quickly. Don't chase the highest price without looking at contingencies, financing, and timeline. Strong financing beats a shaky high number. Flexibility can be worth thousands, and little extras matter more than most people think. Now, if you're a seller in Richmond and you'd love the opportunity to work with multiple offers and want to make sure that you get the best outcome, don't go at it alone. Let's talk. I'll help you break down each one, show you the real net numbers, and help you avoid the traps that can cost you time and money. And don't miss next week's video, The Inspection Phase Demystified, what Richmond sellers need to expect and prepare for. Inspections are one of the most stressful parts of selling, and I'll break down exactly what buyers look for, the common surprises here in Central Virginia, and how you can prepare so it doesn't derail your sale. Make sure you hit subscribe so you don't miss it, and in the comments tell me, what's the strangest thing you've seen pop up on a home inspection report? I've got a few stories of my own to share there. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.